calm down. Ma'am, this is a Wendy's.
I give you a feeling, go hop through.
All right, hey book besties, welcome back. And if you're new here, my name's Jess. I'm mostly here to talk about books, but not in a very serious way because frankly, who has time for all that? So today we are gonna go over the After Dark Book Club Book of the Week. So if you don't already know, I have a virtual book club that has absolutely badass bitches in it, which includes men, by the way, because the term book club girlies is gender neutral and bad bitch energy is also gender neutral if you are here. So we meet every Saturday, we do a weekly read. Every single month we do a different theme of the month, and this month was holiday month, obviously, because it was December. And so this week we did Old Goalie Night as our weekly read, and I'm here to chat with you about it. I'm recording this 2 hours before we have our book club meetup, and if you don't know me, I rank books pretty lenient. I am very easily entertained. So typically what happens is I read the book. I'm like, wow, this was a good book. I like the book. And then I go to book club and then book club's like, hey, Jess, this wasn't that good of a book. But I am positive that this week, when we chat about it in 2 hours, we're all going to agree it was a really good book. I will let you know by the time this video is over how the rest of book club felt. Ryan is so sweet. He keeps trying to like go cook dinner and I'm in the middle. I should show you guys my setup just so you know like how ridiculous this looks. I got 2 big lights because it's just too dark. You know what I mean? Here comes Ryan again. Hold on. Hi, Ryan. He's hiding. Don't look at his meat.
I didn't even show the good side. This is my bad side.
Oh my goodness.
My good side.
You make such good dinner.
You show the fatty, you know?
You know, your good side, honey, is behind for sure. You got that fatty. Hold on. He wants to show you his meat.
Look at my meat, guys.
Whoa. I hope you enjoyed that. Okay, back on track. We're not getting distracted by Ryan today. So we are reading Old Goalie Night, or I read Old Goalie Night, and now I'm telling you about it. It is obviously a hockey romance. He is a goalie. I don't know what gave that away, but here we are. His name's Foster, and basically what happens is one day in the locker room, his best friend's like, hey man, I need a favor. This starts right off the bat. Like, you already know it. And he's rolling his eyes like, here we go. He's already buttering me up. What's this favor going to be? And his best friend's like, my sister is moving here to wherever we were. I think it's Ottawa. My sister's moving. Her flight gets in today. I have a date tonight with my supermodel girlfriend. I can't pick her up. I couldn't possibly pick her up. Foster, man, will you please go pick her up? And Foster's like, you know what, dude? I have no family. I have nothing I do in my free time. Sure, I will go get your sister. I've met her twice. I don't know which sister it is. I vaguely remember her as being the teacher, but sure, I'll go pick her up. So he shows up. He's sitting outside. She comes out and she's like, oh my gosh, that's Foster James, like that plays hockey with my brother. I wonder why he's here. Let me just go say hi and see if he remembers me. He's so hot. So she goes over and she's like, hey, and like blah, blah, blah. Am I really blanking on her name? Beth. It's fucking Beth. Okay. I'm Beth, Ben's sister. And Foster's like, yeah, I know. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. And he's like, all right, get in. Like, where are we going? And she's like, what do you mean? Where are we going? And that's when he's like, did Ben not tell you I'm here to pick you up? So she's like, oh my gosh, sorry to inconvenience you. Foster's like, please stop apologizing. I am good to go. Get in the car. So she gets in the car and was like, here's the address. So she shows up to what should have been her apartment that she agreed to with somebody. She was like subletting like a room in the apartment. Knock on the door. Teenage girl answers the door and was like, Mom, somebody got scammed again. And the mom comes out and was like, hey, sorry, like somebody's been posting my place as an available apartment. It is not. It's a scam. Like, there is no place for you to stay. I am really sorry. So obviously Foster, the sweet little guy he is, not little, by the way, I don't know why I said that, is like, obviously I'm not going to put you in a dumpster motel. Like, you're gonna come stay with me. I have 3 bedrooms. Like, you're fine. Come spend the night. We'll figure it out in the morning. So she goes, spends the night with Foster. Is like, I'm just gonna find a place in the morning. Well, the next day, obviously she cannot just find an apartment right away. Her brother shows up. Her brother's was like, dude, I didn't tell you to bring her home. And he's like, Ben, what did you want me to do? Like, I wasn't gonna let your sister just not have a place to stay. She stayed here tonight. It's fine. So Ben's like, listen, I'll put you up in a hotel, Beth. I got you. And Beth and Foster are like, why on earth can't she just stay with you? And he's like, well, my supermodel girlfriend that I'm so in love with is there. And I don't want her to feel put out because my sister's there. Already a bad sign. Already a bad sign, Ben. I don't like this supermodel girlfriend of yours, but we're gonna table that for now. So then all of a sudden Foster's like, just stay with me. I am a hockey player. I'm traveling all the time. Just stay with me for like the next couple weeks until you get your apartment. So sure enough, Ben's like, absolutely not. And he's like, listen, I'm traveling. It's 2 weeks that we're traveling for the next 2 weeks. I'm sure she'll find something by then. So Beth is like, fine, I'll stay. But long story short, by the time she actually gets an apartment, it's going to be 8 weeks out from the initial date. And without any more spoilers, so just setting the tone of the book, she obviously ends up staying with Foster for the entire time. So the book itself was incredible. I loved it. The plot was really good. Like, I always love something that kind of like forces people together, but in a creative way. Like, I love a played out theme. Like, I will always go for, you get to the hotel and there's only one bed. Like, I'm all for it. But I love the creativity of like, no, this wasn't even the plan. We weren't even going to stay in the same area. Now she has to stay with me. What's this look like? Especially when they're kind of strangers, maybe complete strangers, or just know each other just slightly. I love that. Huge fan of a hockey romance. I love a good, broody, quiet goalie. Like, something about like a goalie, right? Because he's usually in his own world, like in his own box, like obviously part of the team, but he's a wall, right? Like, he's just kind of a wall. He usually is hidden emotionally behind a wall. I love that. And I love that it was paired with Beth, who is a teacher. I think it's 4th grade she teaches, maybe. Very animated. She talks with her hands. She's very lively. She just like spits out anything that's going on in her head. Frankly, she is me. I even made a video about it. I was like, is Beth me? Like, I loved it. The characters together were so good, and Foster just like worms his way into your heart automatically. He is so sweet, but then he gets like possessive, you know, like not like oh, sweet little golden retriever. No, like he goes out of his way to be sweet to her, but is a man about it. You know what I mean? So let's see if I had any key quotes for you. Because I'm a huge fan of reading a book solely from one good quote. So let me see what I got for you. A fun little story. I did make a TikTok about this book, and it did get like a whole lot of favorites and a lot of views. And the author, Gillis, bless her freaking heart, I like tagged her in it and everything. She DM'd me and was like, I got a huge spike in reads. Like, thank you so much. And I was like crying, because that's like the sweetest thing as a creator, like you can hear, is when that's never happened to me before, that an author reaches out and is like, hey, like, thank you. Like, that was really like, I don't know. It just warmed my heart. I also ended the book, and the epilogue is Ben, which is the brothers' book. And that's going to come out October 2025. And I'm so upset because I'm already like foaming at the mouth for Ben. So I was like, oh my gosh, take your time, girl. But we want Ben's book. We're in love. I love this quote because I love something about like when the MMC calls her baby. I just love that nickname. Some people hate it, whatever. But there's something about when they say their name followed by baby. Like, that's the whole sentence. The first time I heard it was Zayd Meadows says it in Hunting Adeline. He says, Addie, baby. And I'm like, I'll fold every time. And so he said, Beth, baby, you have all of me. I'll give you anything you want. And I was like, oh my God, please. She wore his jersey to like surprise him and seduce him. And he goes, like, reads the back of the jersey, and his last name's James. So it says James 33, my name, my number, my girl. Oh my God. He sees her in a dress and she's like, do you like it? And he says, it needs to be on my floor. Yes. Give it to me. Oh, again, he whispers, Beth, baby. I don't know why I like, hold on, calm down. Ma'am, this is a Wendy's. I'm gonna get myself together for you guys. I'm so sorry. There's also a scene where somebody hits him, and like, he's a goalie, right? So you've seen those videos about like the number one rule in hockey is you don't mess with the goalie. And so like everyone loses their mind. So there's one of those scenes in there. And I was like, hey, I've always wanted to see one of those in a book. He goes to Beth, is like, why do you keep watching a movie that makes you cry? And she goes, because it makes me happy. That is relatable, Beth. Like, I'm telling you, you are me. And he just like teases her and stuff about like her silly dances and her silly way of singing. He's just perfect. He's just perfect. He's just perfect. I love Foster. I love this book so much. But I will pause this here and we will see how book club feels about it. So see you in a second. Okay, did I manage to remember to record after yesterday's live? No, of course not. Why would I ever do that? But the book club meeting went well. We all agreed that Goalie Score was a really good book. Even my friends that prefer dark romance liked the book, even though they rated it lower because it's not really the genre they typically use. Overall, we had an overall good consensus on the book. We talked about some of our favorite quotes. We all personally love when she put his jersey on So stinking cute. But yes, we all love the book, and honestly, we only talked about the book for about 3 minutes. So if you're ever curious what book club is like, you talk about the book for about 3 minutes towards the end of the live, because you're like, oh shoot, we never talked about the book. And the rest of the hour and 15 minutes is us just chit-chatting about the most random stuff. Like we talked about favorite nicknames yesterday and what we like in books and which ones we don't like in books. It's very consensus that we don't like kitten as a nickname unless it's in a different language, and frankly any nickname in a different language is perfection. A lot of us do love baby. I love baby or baby girl, something like a variation of it. But yeah, we were having a good time talking through all that. So if you are interested in joining the book club, everybody's welcome. It is virtual. We meet every Sunday, but we talk daily throughout the chat. The link is going to be in the description below, and be sure to like or subscribe so you don't miss out on any future updates or videos. See you next time.